And Will Hildebrandt is here with me in the studio. Will, tell me how the markets are doing today.
Well, U.S. indices rose across the board, shaking off gloomy retail sales that were dragged down by even gloomier weather. Trading was buoyed by strong earnings from firms like tire maker Goodyear and TV channel CBS. Meanwhile, data out of China shows inflation is subdued, quelling fears in Asian markets outside of Japan. Meanwhile, the Nikkei is down after disappointing jobless figures from the U.S. last week.
All right, well, today is Valentine's Day. We've talked a lot about this in the news. It means a boom for restaurants and florists as couples celebrate this special day.
That's right. We could say the business of love is rosy indeed. French website La Fourchette is reporting an increase in its reservations. They're standing at 64%, up from 52% last year. But meals are also getting more expensive. Restaurants aren't the only industry experiencing the love boom, though. Online orders for flowers here in France are increasing drastically. One of France's leading florists is busy filling thousands of orders, trying to make lovers happy in the day. Josh Vardy has more.
A dozen roses, please. From a local service to an international online giant, Florijet aren't just any florist. Behind these blooms lies a sprawling network of affiliates both across France and abroad.
Florijet International Service, Sam speaking.
Early February is an important time of year for the company.
Right now, we are delivering a bouquet of flowers every 35 seconds. On Valentine's Day, we are expecting 25,000 to 27,000 orders.
Florijet have 5,500 florists across France with sales over 31.5 million euros. Not bad for an operation run from a village with under 1,000 inhabitants.
We have a total of 130 full-time and part-time staff working for Florijet. We are a rather large organization but function like a family business. Most of our partners know each other. The fact that most people live close to one another helps them connect.
The internet brings this company 60% of its sales, and since 1992, it's continued to expand. Every year, turnover has steadily risen from 3 to 5%, even through the ongoing financial crisis. Operating locally but thinking globally. One company with a bunch of good ideas.
Well, let's take a look at other stories grabbing headlines today. Lenovo posted record third quarter results. The Chinese firm is the world's largest PC maker. Its earnings outpaced analysts' estimates and rose 30% on the back of strong laptop and mobile sales. Revenues surged 15% to over 7.5 billion euros. Lenovo, though, did warn that future results likely won't be as bright due to its recent acquisition of IBM's server division and Motorola Mobility.
Taxi drivers in France may have won their first battle in a long fight. The government has suspended new registrations for private chauffeur services like Uber. Paris made the decision until it finishes talks with unions representing taxi drivers who have been striking since Monday. The crucial stumbling block is taxis require a license that costs more than 200,000 euros, while private competitors have absolutely no fee.
And Dongfeng is to recall more than 9,000 cars in China. The Chinese car maker makes Peugeot and Citroën vehicles there, and those vehicles were affected, the ones that were manufactured between August 12th and September 13th. The news was announced by the Chinese quality control authorities over an issue with faulty brake fluid. Those two companies, Peugeot, Citroën, and Dongfeng, of course signed a deal in January where the Dongfeng automaker injected capital into the French car maker.
And Will, we've got time for one more story. We've got more details on this massive $45 billion deal between two US cable companies.
That's right. On Thursday, Comcast said it will buy Time Warner. The deal would combine the two largest U.S. cable companies. The merged company would have strongholds in the largest U.S. markets like New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. But critics say regulators should stop the deal as it would limit competition and raise prices. Let's take a listen.
The concern here is you're going to have one company that is dominant in something like 19 of the top 20 markets in the United States. They'll control close to, I believe, about 40% of all residential broadband subscribers in the United States. Our perspective is that for consumers, that's going to mean fewer choices and higher prices, as these companies are able to exert their dominance in each of these markets to create a company that just is able to control the communications landscape.
All right, well, thank you very much for that. That was William Hildebrandt with all of today's France 24 business news. And